So I'm waiting here in line, and yeah, I haven't moved in about 15 minutes, and there is a line of cars behind me, as you can see from this. They started lining up after I got here.
So loading is a little bit chaotic right now, but yeah, it's just, it was first come, first serve, that sort of a thing. And I've never actually been in this area. I know that NakaCon was held here a while back, like many, many years ago when I first did it, but I have no memory of this landing here at all. Coming in, zap, little DJ booth set up over here. This is where the stage is here on the other side of this. And here pretty early. So the area where I'm set up is right over here, this whole scattering of 6-foot tables. It's just this small circle of us here, but still quite a few artists. I really didn't know how many were going to be here. So taking a look around the show right now, everyone's setting up. It's just a sea full of these yellow and black bins. Everyone's got them. I used to use them. I can't stand them because they don't have any wheels, but I totally understand. People here look like they were drop shipping stuff in. There's so much setup that still needs to happen for this show. I got here pretty early, so I just wanted to be able to film some of what it looks like around here. And one of the things that I was a little surprised about, I expected to see something of a floor layout for the show before ahead of time. And pardon my drunk ass way of, I'm making myself sick looking at how I film this. What is wrong with me, man? You know, here's the crazy thing. Like, there's some things that I film just fine and other things where it looks like I literally look like a drunk hobbit. What is this eye angle? What was I doing at this point? I'm not even sure what the hell I was doing. All right, here we go. This is much nicer. So this is the way that was available to come in through if you parked in the parking garage for the hotel and the expo center. And this here, so that's right ahead, the Woe vending area where they have t-shirts. And look at that damn freaky ass monkey. I like, real talk, monkeys with symbols freak me the hell out. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a horror movie years ago or something, but I have never been cool with that. Like, when I see the toys in vintage stores, they just totally give me the heebie-jeebies. And right here, this is some nightmare ass fuel. Nah, I'm good. I prefer this baby face. That's so much nicer. So booth's all set up, got the lighting tested out, everything. It's all ready to go. Everyone was told to cover up the stuff while left out overnight. And here is the next morning, pretty early. And this was just after VIP had been let in, and then bam, it got even thicker. And now, I'll be honest, I didn't have as much time to walk around the show, to film, to do anything as much as I wanted. At one point on Saturday, it took forever to get up and down the aisles, especially near where the entrance was. If there was any one negative aspect, it was just the amount of people that got in here and how the venue areas weren't wide enough for people. So finally, Saturday comes to a close, get everything covered up, head on out. I was really surprised by how many people came out to the show. Afterwards, as you can tell from the immense amount of moisture on the ground here in just the parking garages, it had been raining all damn day and through the night, and it's supposed to rain even in the morning from what I understand. I was really had my fingers crossed that it wasn't going to rain, but sure as shit, the next day, we still got rain. And I was worried. It's Sunday, Sundays usually aren't as great, or anything, but then I got to do this.
I meditated like a motherfucker, so.
Don't worry, she is the best ever. Yeah. And she's being a little slow this morning, too, so she's got to take her time. Here we go, honey. Look at her little pup. Come on. She's like, what? I have to wake up? There we go. There we go, sweetie. Get your last little tootsies. There we go. And I'm going to get her to pause. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Amazing, right? Yep. You let me know when you're ready. she's so chill. She
Very-
just hangs out.
Yeah, she's very chill.
And she's soft, right?
Yeah.
She's cuddling right into you. She's like, I think I'll take a nap here.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did great. Thanks. That was awesome. Your first time holding one?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind adding a tally for me, that'd be great.
Getting to hold Mo, the curly-haired tarantula, was such a freaking high. I am a crazy arachnophobe, but I think I've broken the curse on that, and I was so happy that they were there. It was just a chance thing. I hadn't planned it, but I made a promise to myself last year that I was going to jump out there and take new adventures on as they came along. And that was a nice one that I thought was nice and small and pretty cool. So now that I'm all packed up, I'm heading out to get my thoughts recorded at home. So the first thing that I picked up was, unfortunately, I was on a budget. I kept myself to that because I was like, man, I can't go nuts, but I can't help it. Like, I love stickers. And so I ended up picking up these two rad ass stickers from the art of Joannosaurus. And she was a joy to talk to, just a blast. Anybody that's into dinosaurs, that's so fucking rad. So I'll have her information, her business card and that sort of thing. Like, it'll be down in the description below. You can check that out. As you all know, I've been building out my London battle vest, and it's been all about black and green the entire time. And although I did not bring any of my own dinosaur artwork to the show, I was not surprised to see that there were other dinosaur fans, including one gentleman that made this amazing embroidered patch. Look at the size of this fucker. This is amazing. This is absolutely rad. So yeah, this is going on my jacket. And it took me a little bit to figure out, you know, like where exactly it's going to go. When I opened this up, I was like, you know, first of all, it's really good quality. I mean, like, the stitching is freaking fabulous on this. He had a couple of different colorways, and he was nice enough to put this one over to the side. I hope he sold out of them. I think he had 3 or 4 total. I remember a purple one distinctly that I think he switched out for this one and put this one back further on the rack for me. But the next day, shortly after I handled the curly-haired tarantula, I decided to go ahead and pick that up. So those were my 2 big pickups from the show for me. So to give you a little bit of backstory on this, here's what's really weird. So there's 2 different kinds of shows. There's the Oddities and Curiosities show that also tours. Now, I'd been to that one twice, not as a vendor, but I had attended it and I really liked it, got along with the people that, you know, were at the show. Like, it was just much more of a vibe that I was just more into, even more so than anime and comic shows, really. Mainly because it had a lot more of the stuff that was more macabre or just more in my zone of what I was really interested in, you know, maybe sans robots. But the thing that I really was surprised about was how the vibe, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but the vibe between the Curiosities and Oddities and Curiosities show, God, it's late, and if you can't tell, my voice is kind of jacked up because I'm getting over con crud from that show. It was that many people. So the WOW show, the World Oddities Expo, is also a really well-run show. I will tell you this, I didn't see very much of the staff or anything like that. Setup was pretty autonomous. The information came via, you know, the email and everything. This was a weird show though. At first, I'll be completely honest, I had been alerted earlier in the year that I wasn't going to be part of the show for Kansas City. It was the one I was really wanting for. And then about 10 days prior to the show, I find out. Thank goodness I was checking my email, and for some reason, I can't even remember why. I think I was just wanting to see if there's going to be more information about, that's what it was. I still wanted to go to the Kansas City show to see what WOW was going to be like. And so whenever I had the vendor portal open, I remember looking in there and it suddenly said, hey, pay your invoice. And I was like, what the hell? I thought I got declined, and I had. So I went and checked it, and sure enough, boom, it's right there. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the show. Now that's 10 days ahead of time. So it was a wild storm, a flurry of just like, oh shit, do I have enough? Like I would have been prepared anyway for any show that was of a decent size with what I have, but I wanted to make sure that I had, updated signage, that I had figured out a type of lighting system, because I still didn't have a battery backup system yet. Just a bunch of things that I was trying to work out for myself that I wanted to be able to do. And overall, it worked very well, and it was very good, and it was a fun time. A lot of my friends stopped by. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Like, that was really cool for you guys to stop by and say hello. It was really nice meeting other artists. I wish I could remember other people's names that I'd spoken to. And I am for sure going to remember the artist that did this badge, because I feel bad. And hopefully I've already done that. So, and then you saw the name on there. But if not, it'll be down below one way or another. But I was really surprised by, it just had so there's no real good or bad comparisons that I really have for either one of them. And I'm not just saying that because I ended up in the show. Seriously, I don't think enough time's gone by for me, and to understand what I found completely different between it and the Oddities and Curiosities show. They have a different vibe, but not in a bad way or a good way. Either way, they're just decent, really good shows. And at least from a vendor standpoint, I could recommend this show. If you're a more hands-off kind of person that likes to get your shit in, get stuff done, sell, do stuff like that, interact with people, and then get out, this is the fucking show to do, man. There's not a lot of other, hoopla to have to fuck with. And the other thing that I thought, though, so what I was mentioning earlier was, here's the real weird part. I had put in for two different areas. This one in Springfield, Missouri. I went to go check for this guy's information just to see if there was a vendor list in there, because I can't remember, but now that I'm thinking about it, it was sent in my email. And I got accepted into the Springfield one. And I was like, holy shit. And I think that one's in mid-April or something. So, there's that. Which, that's a cool thing. Now I've got to try and I'm it's so soon that I only recently got the money back, because I ended up taking a bunch of credit card payments, and the signal, by the way, was great in the venue there, and so that helped. So now that's going to roll over. Here I go into the business aspect of it. It's going to roll over into the next thing and get me ready for that. But I had some plans for what, so basically I'm going to have to restructure a lot of my thinking. This is one of the things that I'm having to really re-embrace and reinvent myself with being a business owner, is just what sort of investments can I do with what I have, because what I had earned from the show, yes, of course, paying bills, doing stuff like that, but it was also going to be for some new equipment for the Spirit of Legacy to get, because I have a Betamax that either I have to buy new parts for, or I have to get some things done with. So this is already turning into a vlog. So I'm gonna hold that thought and do a vlog, and then follow that up here later. But anyway, that was the show. If you guys get a chance to go to WOA, or even the Oddities and Curiosity show, they're great shows. They're fun. I know that what's really crazy is that there were people that came into the show that clearly looked lost. And I had this older gentleman with two younger sons, probably about 13, 14 each, who came by, and he asked me, he was like, oh, could you tell me what this is all about? And I said, I think it's just meant, and I was stumbling over my words. And I said, I think it's just meant to be a celebration of the dark and the macabre, in a family-friendly sort of way. And he was like, oh, all right. Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't get it. I just didn't understand. But he hadn't even made his whole way around, and there were some booths that I thought, yeah, you're probably not going to believe me, dude, but whatever, man. But he seemed to be enjoying himself, and his sons as well. And the other thing, too, I can say that the crowd was really pretty hyped. They were very cool, low-key, which is what I really love, and, just all in all a joy. I am figuring out if I'm going to be doing the Springfield one. If I do, then I'll be making an announcement on my website and getting much more of a promotional push out for that one. I really ran out of time with the KC one. And, but I'll be making that decision here probably within the next week, and then go from there. But otherwise, guys, thanks for watching the video. And just to put some context, I had been doing this thing where, as I got older, I decided I'm just going to keep on doing things to challenge myself with fears, whether they be, you know, mental health fears or physical fears like my arachnophobia. You just witnessed right there. Like the only thing missing from that footage was the day prior. I had been standing back there at that booth, and I did touch that rose-haired tarantula Mo. I did touch her on the hind quarter, I think the back leg, and but I didn't have the donation, and I felt really bad. I was like, no, I'm gonna bring back $5 tomorrow before the show and get that filmed and everything. I wanted to capture that moment. That was really important for me, because I think there's a lot of times, especially these days, you know, you just, for a lot of different reasons, you never know what will come up or what opportunities will be there and gone in a blink of an eye. So that's a circumstance where it's like, well, hey, you know, what are the chances? And these ladies looked like they knew what they were doing. I didn't get bit. Everything was cool. I looked totally stress-free in that shot. It was great. Thanks for watching, guys. I am Mario the Artisan Rogue, and I will catch you in the next video.